Good morning, everybody. We have a mixed trade in the grain markets here early on Wednesday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. May corn futures unchanged at 5.51 and a quarter. May soybeans are up 5.5 cents at 14.28 and three quarters. May Chicago wheat down 4 and a quarter at 6.30 and a half. May Kansas City wheat down 5 cents at 5.77. May spring wheat is down 2 and a quarter at 6.28. The U.S. dollar posted its best trade since November overnight. The dollar is apparently in higher demand given worries regarding Europe and its COVID situation. There is apparently a third wave of COVID pushing through Europe. Vaccine rollouts in Europe have been kind of problematic. Meanwhile, traders are a little bit more optimistic, I think, regarding the COVID situation here in the United States, the vaccine process in the United States. Some people would call the push into the U.S. dollar a flight to safety type trade amid these problems overseas. What you've got to keep in mind is that the euro currency is the biggest weight in the most well followed version of the dollar index. So when you've got a big move in the euro, you're going to see a converse move in the dollar in most cases. So that's certainly interesting, and a strong dollar, of course, typically a negative factor for U.S. commodity prices. EIA will release weekly ethanol data later this morning. Traders estimate a small increase in weekly production and a small increase in weekly stocks. In general, U.S. ethanol production has been running anywhere from say 8 to 15% below what I would call pre-COVID levels for the last year. It was around this time last year that ethanol production just fell off a cliff. It recovered, but has never fully recovered. We've never gone back to what I would call pre-COVID levels again in terms of ethanol production or gasoline demand. Gasoline demand is something that a lot of people are watching also in regard to the general direction of the economy and how things are moving. Rains continue to fall over the western Corn Belt and some other areas as well. Nebraska, Iowa, southern South Dakota, Kansas, Missouri have all turned very wet. Some areas of eastern and southeastern Nebraska will see their wettest record on March potentially. These areas, which had been very dry, now turned very wet, should dry out a little bit over the next couple of weeks, perhaps opening the window for a nice start to planting. I'm going to put a map here. This is precipitation over the last 30 days, observed precipitation, and you could see here there's some really heavy stuff in this east to southeast central of Nebraska. I mean, really the whole state of Nebraska, almost all of Kansas, Missouri, extremely wet, the southern portion of Illinois, and then you get into the mid-south, Kentucky, Tennessee, places like that, very, very wet. Your problem areas, again, continue to be the northern, say, 2/3 of South Dakota, and all of North Dakota remain extremely dry as we move closer to the planting season. In some of the other headlines here this morning, U.S. corn planting is ongoing in the South. There's actually been some fairly significant progress in places like Texas, Louisiana, other areas. Still, the majority of the crop, of course, in Midwestern areas and in the Corn Belt has not begun. Edible oils have been the upside price leader as of late. Soybean oil futures have surged. They traded their best level since 2011 this week. Other products like canola, palm oil, have also been very, very strong. Basis levels extremely strong. There are commercials out there, your Cargills, ADMs of the world, that don't have much bean oil to speak of for their buyers for the third and fourth quarter as of right now. And there's appears to be some real tightness here, despite the fact that we've had like record soybean crush for months and months and months. There is a very, very tight situation in bean oil. There's also some speculation that this new green energy plan from the Biden administration will help to boost demand there. So that's all something to pay attention to. But here's the monthly bean oil chart, and as you can see here, we have done nothing but spike higher here the last 5 or 6 weeks. We're back to the highest level since 2011, not at all-time highs. Those were posted back in 2007, but really a pretty impressive move there. Cattle market was able to finish. I think we finished just a little bit higher yesterday. We had some decent gains. The June cattle were up more than $1. The hog market was up nicely as well. In the outside market this morning, we have the S&P up 15 points. The Dow Jones is up 120 points. The U.S. dollar, again, is higher. It did trade its best level since November overnight. Gold's up about $4. Silver is up as well. Bonds are up just a little bit. Remember, if you guys need some more information from me, as always, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan here in the upper right-hand corner. if you'd like to know what I'm doing every single day of the week, you should jump on this subscription service. It's $49 a month. You'll get my morning email, which goes out every business day at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. You'll get my text message service, any sort of consulting that you might need. You will get my subscriber-only videos, which is something I just started here the last couple of weeks and plan on doing a whole lot more of. There's going to be a lot more subscriber-only content available to you guys. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email, but certainly check this deal out. There's no other fee, no other obligation. Cancel at absolutely any time. Everybody have a wonderful day today. I will talk to you a little bit later.